Not really offended. Doesn't bother me any.
It's a compliment of anything.
Is it?
In the same breath as Jason Moses O'Toole, that's
the Creamy Bears.
Exactly. So we had a massive game to kick things off with all the rounds, on all the bonus rounds, over 50 to be exact. But we're going on to Overpass, where I expect Gambit to win. I haven't seen much from Renegades on Overpass. You saw in the last 3 months, we played it 7 times, including online stuff. So not really a map they choose to like fall towards. But Gambit, without the in-game leader, we know they've looked weak this tournament. Maybe they won't be as strong as usual.
It's definitely possible. After the last map and Renegades coming back, certainly anything is. But I do lead toward Gambit, and I think that they're going to be quite disappointed in themselves for not closing the first map, because this is already a long series that could go much longer, and it's going to be much harder for them to close it out in 3, having endurance become a factor. We'll see if it goes the way of pistols for Renegades again. Remember, that was ultimately, if you want to go back to the very start of the last map, the reason Gambit couldn't close it. Indeed. They didn't get one.
Well, here we go. And we'll be 4 sets of armor for Gambit. We've got a bit of a technical issue, but looks things the countdown not really starting just yet. But no upgraded pistols, 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, and for Renegades, they've got the smoke diffuse kits and a decoy for Azza. So pretty standard stuff. Most teams do favour towards that B bomb side and the T pistol. The 1 smoke, though, anything could happen. We'll see if they want to go for something a little bit quicker, perhaps. And with those, here's the in-game leader at this point. So when they were very good at this map, it was Zeus over at the Major way back in 2017. We've been told 1 minute before the game will start. So both teams say they're ready. And it will be Gambit on the T side, of course, Renegades on the CT side. And we're good to go. So here we go. If you are just joining us, it's the second map of best of 3. We're a little bit behind schedule with quadruple overtime occurring on cash. That was Renegades' pick. They managed to actually win that one. So if they can close that 2-0, that would be quite the feat considering the map, but we'll see what they can do. Pistol rounds could be very important. We are going to stop the game, of course, because why not? A TeamSpeak problem. It's quite difficult to set that software up, so we'll wait a little bit longer.
Well, that's fine. So apparently it's a TeamSpeak problem. TS problem, that stands for TeamSpeak, Henry.
It does. Absolutely. But I'm sure they'll work it out. Ready again. Let's give it another go.
So they're counting it down. We should be ready this time around. Gambit's on the T side. That will certainly give us a read early on as to how this will go for Renegades. Favorite side certainly still CT, but it involves being an active defense.
Exact same buy for both teams. As the reset comes in, we are underway. And here we go. The second map begins. It's best of 3. Renegades already 1 map up. Can they close it out? That's the question. We did say B side is normally favoured by the T side pistol, but they're going towards connector for now. 4 players there trying to challenge, but you can see and Jay can play towards short, actually trying to hunt for information here. Could be in a lot of trouble with the T's coming with that squeaky door. Ustillo does peek up, and now there is going to be a bit of a confrontation here. Ustillo will be set up, but the door is just so awkward for both of them. Jacob might be better off just falling back at this point. Inflicts a little bit of damage there. Who's going to come out on top? It looks like Gambit for me. I'm not sure why. Oh, Jacob keeps challenging. Really scary times for both teams. Door's been blown wide open. Only takes a few bullets, but still a 5-on-5 for now.
Nifty. Flashed off. Does manage to secure himself some space toward the bank stairs. Azza steps out for 1. He's depleted a lot of ammunition, and he's going to get taken down. Hobbit and Mo wrapping and colluding inside of the site. We'll get the bomb down with the aid of Adren, also finding a shot over top of the dumpster. He's now spotted JKS, the last player, and Gambit will get a pistol finally.
Certainly will. Much better for them. Actually, 4 players surviving as well. Nice coordinated A attack. Quickly towards that connector at the very start, fending off the push from short by the Renegades there. Didn't really find many kills at all. Just the 1 for Renegades. They'll be force buying here in the second round almost certainly. Going to see the CZs come through. The armor as well. Nifty. Not going to purchase that, of course. I'll go for the full eco considering needs at AWP. We discussed that a lot yesterday in the NIP game. The AWPers need to make sure they keep themselves just on the default weaponry so they can't come and join the fun with the deagle and armor, for example. Here we go. Round 2. See whether JKS pushing towards short will yield any sort of success here. CZ's always be deadly this sort of range. Jacob pushing, he could actually find a bit of success here, as it certainly does. Takes down a Dren.
Come with 2. Hobbit gets the immediate response to him, but still they sit down 2 men. So this could be a response. Oh, good nade. That should and will take out Ustillo. But they could easily draw this level and steal the advantage from Gambit. They're going to go check the stairwell on a typical A rotation. In doing so, they've allowed rite of passage to Renegades, who very easily, by process of elimination, have discovered that they've gone that far. Unfortunately, Nifty and JKS walked in slightly segregated, and one looking toward jungle rather than the stairs, and that turns the round back and gives Gambit the win.
Well, it's looking so good there for Renegades. A lovely flank from Jacob. Managed to get him 2 great frags of the CZ as I open things up, but it's Mir with the Mac-10 to shut it all down. Found himself $1,800 in the process, I should say. Mac-10 out, and Azza saves the AK, so not all is lost. Certainly not ideal, but he can cause some damage here. He gets an opening pick towards middle, for example. They find another rifle. It could snowball out of control. We'll see. Renegades shouldn't purchase much more, though, than maybe PG-50s to go with it, if they want to have a strong buy going into round number 4. So yes, indeed, 3 players, default pistols. Just Jacob, he gets the extra CZ. He got some extra cash from the kills he found, so it's absolutely fine.
So Mo toward long, but not with gun drawn. Thankfully, Hobbit was ready, because that could have been costly for them. Mo will now wrap around the corner. Finds 2 kills, or excuse me, just one of them Mac-10. 2 kills for them total. I think it was Mir last time that got 3 kills on the SMG, so they're building up a bit of bank between those 2 players and those respective kills. Mir's going to find now his 4th and 5th kill in 2 rounds with that Mac-10. So do the math. He's building up quite a bank. 3-0 for Gambit, and with 2 SMGs. They could have elected to hold those in their hands a little bit longer. Doja seems to want to do so, but Mir, having accumulated so much cash, sees no fault in buying out an AK.
Yeah, knows that somehow it's without protection on the other side. It's Nifty, Jacob, and JKS that will be very vulnerable to that Mac-10. 3-0 start for Gambits. This is their map pick, and it's a perfect start from them so far. Sean pointed out that Nifty had to be the catalyst for Renegades to really get them into this game and have a chance of fending off the great executions Gambit have on him. Very methodical on this particular map, and so far so good. Nothing really exchanged at the very beginning. Nifty go for that opening pick, but he'll fall back towards long at this point. I think he's on the flower bed. Indeed he is. Jacob going for the spams, but ooh, that nade doesn't actually hit him at all. I thought it was going to completely destroy him. Jacob still going for those shots through the wall.
So Adren goes to the bathrooms, aided by a flash to put him in that position. Nifty's on the flower pot, and he'll smoke Mo. Running away, though. I'm not sure he's ready or aware that Adren was that close, but just in the nick of time, he turns around and pots a second shot. That'll put Renegades in full bloom on this particular round, because they find themselves in a 4 versus 3. Doja will upgrade to one of the AKs on the ground, so no fault in holding that Mac-10 over. One sees the other in exchange of the jumps. Nifty finds Hobbit. Decent shot by Doja, considering he was bottom of the board in the last map. Great find on Nifty to get the bomb back in their hands as well.
Gonna take a lot more of that, though. 20 seconds remaining. 4 versus 2. Mir will make his way through the tunnel. And great shot. That could be the double. Indeed it is. This all crumbles Renegades. Challenging a little bit too much. They assumed that round was over.
God.
It might be now, though. Oh, dear. As Renegades will give up 3 kills to Mir. Oh, that's gone horribly wrong for them. That's going to be so gutting. That could be the morale.
That was slick.
Completely gone. Yeah, really nice stuff from Mir. Great shots. You can see why they wanted to pick him up. Incredibly skilled player. He
Perfect.
Can't get anything done here.
Perfect angle control. Jumped in, checked the corner. Did so silently. Found headshots, a plenteous spray in the second to keep himself alive. Doja closes it. So in finding Nifty, they took out the only man who got kills for Renegades, and that's the way the round ended.
It doesn't make any sense because there's 15 seconds on the clock. So why is everyone challenging like actively? Just play on the bomb site. It's just have the crossfire set up, make them work for those kills, make them come towards the plant. You just assume, oh, there's no way he's going to kill everyone. But if you give them a window of opportunity, players like that can walk in and decimate you. Just have to play a little bit more passively, I would say. But core the pants down, they will be paying the price. It's going to have to be a partial buy here as things go from bad to worse for Renegades. 4-0 now, and the Mac 10's out again for Mo. CZ's PT50s, that's about it for the Renegades.
Hobbit. Working the underpass slowly, and slow to respond is Mir. You could hear the stomping of Azo running toward that AK-47, but that's 2 now in the hands of Renegades. So much like Gambit, perhaps, on Cash, they'll lose the first pistol, lose the first gun, but will they steal away the subsequent round that follows as Mo reads that Az is still down the hallway? That takes out the second of the AKs, takes them back, puts them on the deck, and Mo will follow up with Hickam being next in line. Back to that last round as well, when they find themselves in what was a 5 versus 2. And you have to consider that with the results and lack of results, lack of playtime on this map for Renegades, they have to take advantage of every situation like that they're in if they want any chance in this. 5-0 now for Gambit.
They certainly do. It really hasn't gone well so far. This is the Gambit pick, but Renegades, the advantages they've had and some of the work Nifty's been doing has just completely slipped by them. It's looking very flat right now, and it's a CT-sided map. Not the start they were looking for, but they have another gun round here. Round number 6, it's JKS 0-5, Usilo 0-5. So only real Nifty's doing much here at all. He'll be pushing off towards short. He's trying to make things happen, but unfortunately just takes a load of damage through the Molotov there. They'll actually be smoking him off at this stage. Jacob trying to do what he can, falls back through the monster tunnel. Takes a bit of damage himself, but inflicts a lot towards Mir. Still a 5-on-5, but some decent map control for the Renegades.
Good shot. Has a good location for it as well, as he's on the ledge inside of the stairs. Mo's AWP. Silent so far. Hobbit's going to go for straight contact. Jacob, good position to read that. Can easily fall off to his left rather than a right retreat, which would have allowed a wide peek to still spot him. That gets them in a position where they can take advantage. Actually, Mir in this case. It wasn't Hobbit. Hobbit got away, but still get a kill on the board. Responded this time, but 2-man advantage at 5-3 versus 4-2. I'd take the 4-2, less to deal with and less availability for Gambit to work in tandem.
No, Hobbits do whatever they can here. Less than 30 seconds remaining. They managed to turn a situation like this around before. Surely they can't do it again. Molotov towards the barrels. No one there. Jacob, this is how they should have been playing before. Passively on the site. Might not work out again, though, as Mo will open things up. Hasn't missed many shots today. Same story for Nifty. He should be able to finish this one off, but he does get wallbanged by Hobbit there. Surely he can't get the bomb down. JK should be able to finish this one off quite convincingly. There it is. Good lord, got a bit close, but it will be 2 players surviving for Renegades as they purse their first round there, 5-1. And NVIDIA, Matthew, tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they spell it Envy at the start, which is a clever little way of doing so. Double consonant. But they make fantastic graphics cards. I will say that. I've used them throughout the course of my life, I would say.
And they're powering the tournament. Got the 1080s going on. It's all you're ever going to need. Get the 1080 Ti.
It actually pretty much is all you... I mean, obviously things evolve, and so too will processing demands, such as the circle of evolution, especially in technology. But yeah, right now, for what's on the market for games, the 1080 Ti especially can handle everything.
Get it. Get it now. Either way, Nifty's getting it. He'll get the first shot with the AWP. He definitely has been one of the best performers for Renegades today. Looking for that 5-2. They can't be reset him, especially if only 2 players surviving the previous round. But that's a good start. He's opening things up. And now it's up to Gambit to try and recover here as they have long control. They know the fact that Nifty's in that position. They can safely get up towards long without the AWP being there.
So I'm here to work the underpass. Spots Nifty, who wants the close quarters AWP. Goes for a second shot as well, as they were kind of jostling for position. Slightly apprehensive of facing the other, and the third charm this time for Nifty, as he will get back, catches off here. They thought he would retreat after 2 failed attempts. Asa in the sight. Certainly will add to that total. 2 for him. Doji gets him down, but watch out, because here comes Ustilo through the bathrooms. Now he needs to be cognizant of the fact that he makes noise, and there's been a period of silence. So that means Doji would have heard him, but he's unsuspecting, and his patience pays off. It goes 5-2, back-to-back for Renegades.
Absolutely so. That's exactly what they needed. Need to avoid that reset. Doji doesn't look too happy about it. We'll see a technical pause coming again.
My favorite.
It's normally the team speak issue. But in terms of money, there is one more buy available for Gambit. It wouldn't be a great one. It'd be a couple of AKs and maybe CZs. But always worth it, I think, especially if you have the lead. We'll see. Round 8 coming in. If you're just joining us, you missed a 50-plus round marathon on Cash. Quad overtime. Took over 2 hours, and that's what's led us here, really. First game normally starts at 10. But second map of this one seems to be going a little bit more in favour of Gambit for now, at least. But they are up against a potential eco or partial buy. I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm not going to look in chat now. It just says technical. That is it. No one seems to be doing anything about it. Hobbit's got his headphones off, so is Mo. So I guess that is working things out. Dosey's got his off now as well. So here we go. It could be a little bit of a
podcast.
Hot minute.
Bring it back.
Mate, I need to blow my nose first. We're going to do that. Got a tissue? There it is. I'll go.
Have you got one?
I'll go get it.
All right, you go. I'll man the fort. Pay my dues, Henry. You spent some time without me. I could spend some time without you. So unsure of the issue. I guess we're cutting into the midnight hours now for Mo. It has been a long series again. We're just getting started on this, the second map. Okay. Great start for Gambit. I was kind of just waiting for... I didn't have anything to say, Henry.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
I get allergies here for some reason.
It's because I'm back.
Summer.
I know.
So that was my technical timeout as well. As we'll get into it, they still have the headphones off. Good lord, this. Okay, I'm going to look for the chat. Something can be said.
I didn't have access to that. So apparently they're getting leg spikes. Look at Doja. Look at Doja.
Oh, he's doing it again. Doing another thing. We sometimes get it also must be server. Yes, it's server. So this could take a while. There's no quick fix to fix a ping issue, really.
I always say that sometimes people don't zone out, they zone in.
Sure.
Or they don't space out, they zone in. And it's almost in a situation where, I mean, look, it's a semantic thing. It's the same, arguably. But my point is that sometimes they're not just in no man's land in their thoughts. Sometimes they're actually so focused on one thought that the world around them goes away entirely.
Yeah, well...
He looks like someone who's zoning in on a thought rather than just losing track of all consciousness around him. Wiping his butt, you still in?
Yeah, he's good. I guess we're sweaty down there sometimes, you know. So there he is, Asa. Had an up and down game on Cash. Started to get it towards the
end.
Have
they been wearing the grayed out jerseys for a longer period this time?
This year they have been.
What did they wear in Sydney?
Those ones.
They wore the grayed out, yeah.
So they haven't really worn the multicolored ones for a while. They look cooler, I think.
To a point. I think they're cooler as like I'll use the, and I think they probably have them in. Look, I'm gonna just say soccer.
Yeah.
I tried to like make myself say football, but then I went back to North America for so long, people were like getting confused. So now I had to go back to soccer.
Sure.
I think they probably have the same, but in the NHL you have alternates or a third jersey.
Yeah.
I think they're cool for an alternate or third jersey because I think they look great. And usually the alternates look really cool, but they're like kind of...
this is the one they were really pushing in terms of sales at Sydney. This is the one they were selling out of. This is the one they were the main one they were selling. So I got one.
Yeah. It might go... I mean, maybe... my point is it's cool, but it's novel, and usually you want to like reserve that a bit.
Yeah.
Because the appeal could wear off pretty quickly as well.
They've been wearing it the last few events, so I think this is their main strip now. I'm not sure. It looks like this could take a while. Let's see if we can... maybe get an update. We'll find out momentarily. There's those here in the middle using a wireless mouse now, it seems. And see how that works out for him. As they're currently up 5-2. They are at an eco point at this stage. JKS 1-5, and you still are 1-5. This guy's really have been struggling the last couple of months, but nothing really being said at this point. So they've just agreed it's the server. That's the issue. Just what we need after 50 rounds. And the first map is a nice, long technical issue. Let's continue. We'll watch during the game. Looks stable now.
That's from the admins. So they'll monitor the server.
We haven't been DDoSed in a while. Maybe it could be something like that. There's no reason for a LAN to
I don't think so.
Spike randomly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're getting more clever, but usually there's enough. It took us a while to clue in, I think, in the esports world, but once we did, the appropriate precautions and setups have pretty much resolved that.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about that kind of stuff. It's possible that there's ways around that now.
I'm not sure. Either way,
that was a hellish time.
It was. That was the worst, especially on online games. Especially when I got the CSGO lounge stuff was going on. It's like
it's so stupid that people like that exist, isn't it? Like that's just unnecessary.
Gotta ruin the game. Anyway,
I remember that there was one that was slightly comedic where I think it was Mega Man and Moses casting, and Mega Man got DDoSed, so I was like, all right, I'll step in, and this was like ESEA Online back in 2014. I was there for one round, and I got DDoSed. I was like, never mind, guys, I'm out.
I'm out. Tag me out. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got DDoSed, I don't think. I wasn't casting online, but either way. Let's get back into it. It is going to be a partial buy from the Gambit side, leaving themselves about $2K. Albeit was what his teammates there crossing towards middle. He's still out. Patrols long. He is joined, though, by Jacob. They'll see if they can hunt out these terrorists, but the timing's going to be awful for them because they've already got towards the A side. But luckily, Nifty's there. He's going to take a flash to the face, so this could be a little bit problematic. They get to the end. Flash is decent. He'll have to turn away and go to more defensive position. He's got so much in front of him. He's done for, I think. He'll miss the first shot. Surely he doesn't get anything out of this. Down he goes, and this could be very difficult now, but Jacob does strike back. Heustillo gallops back towards the A side. Jacob maybe brings back around in their favour. Looks like he definitely will. It was looking quite bleak at one point when the bomb was getting planted and the orb got dropped straight away. Mo probably gets his kill. Not quite though. One bullet left in this CZ wasn't enough. 3 kills for Hobbit so far, make it 4. He's on for the ace at this point. Jacob stuck in the bathrooms and surely dead now. But 1 versus 1, Hobbit needs the ace to win this one out.
See if he can find it. Only 7 HP for Jacob, so it's entirely possible, despite that he's on an AWP. The pistol is certainly going to be effective. Bomb, at this point, too far gone. So Hobbit's won it either way, but he'll add the 5th kill for good measure. It goes Gambit to 6, and Renegades still on 2. I will say there might be something going on with the internet, because nothing loading for me, but that could be something different altogether.
Could be. We'll keep following that thread as well, though. Does the internet work for Matt?
Well, it's just I just checked it to see if maybe there was something that was not working perfectly.
That's a pretty hellish round for the Renegades, unfortunately for them. Went for the aggressive play towards long, really didn't work out for them. As soon as they pushed that area, Gambit had already got past them and were towards the A site. And it has to be the full eco now for the Renegades. They'll stack towards middle, hope for the best here, but Mo's got a bit of a shooting gallery now. Not going to hit the second one, but presumably gets the third. There it is. And probably this one as well. Lovely stuff. They'll get 1 kill, and that's all they'll find. They'll obviously recover the AWP. That won't be much of a big deal. Third map looking very likely at this point, considering Gambit on the T side and doing so much damage here. And especially with an ace coming from Hobbits on a little partial buy, that's going to sting. But another buy available. Nifty with no armor. I say buy, it's very weak. See, JKS got M4 and basic utility. He has got a kit, to be fair, so not all is lost. But bare bones at best. Nifty does 1 flash, as ever the smoke. Let's see if they can hold on.
Hobbit to the underpass once more. Mir will wait at the conjunction point of the 2 tunnels. Nifty. Well suited and well struck. Looked away from the flash, snapped back to find Mo. Doge is still working up toward the bathroom connector, but he will not have all of the support that he would have liked to have had. He still has a Dren in position with a flash, so likely will get flashed around the corner enough to at least check the position. Hobbit will do the same from the other side. And they'll continue their advance.
Good opening pick from Nifty, but you're right, looks like a setup is coming into place. Silo, though, guaranteed that kill. Great flashbang from the teammate. Nails the shot, falls back, 5 versus 3. That should be the round. I said they were bated breath, though, because Renegades have given up some absolute howlers this map. 35 seconds remaining, though. They have one player towards B. That's Mia, waiting by the monster tunnel. But I do think B is possible for them. You can see Jacob holding offshore, watching the connector. So this round might be done, but he's been dropped. So that could be the call now. Dosia finds another. The 5 versus 3 is now a 3-on-3. And to go towards that B side, JKS has been having a quiet game so far. Does step up. Can he find the double kill? Not quite. Still a chance here for Gambit to get the bomb down. They can still do this, but Azza doing everything he can. He nails both shots. 7-3. They had to win that one.
Oh, they've got, absolutely. Just bring that up again. I think it was 2 rounds. Okay, so it'll hinder Gambit's economy. They've got enough built up, they'll survive for this round. But Renegades will be looking at pistols in the next if they can't convert once more, with 2 players only surviving. AWP brought out for Nifty once again. He's been consistent on it. Been above average, I would say, in this game. Not too flashy, but certainly efficient. He's going to be aggressive this time. He's already missed that 3 players have gone by, though, so they need to be slightly careful of that. He's smart to move away when he does, because Doja would have been all over him in that position. Even threw a decoy to try and bait them out. Try and bait shots on the AWP, but didn't work.
Did not. And Dren, only with the pistol, Galil for Dosia. This will be a B execution. Sean pointed out that they are very good at these particular plays. Let's see if they can live up to expectations. They have got a couple of smokes, that's about it. So it won't even be an execution, really. It'll just be a contact play walking in. And Azza ready for it, but completely destroyed by the pistol there. Jacob, luckily, there on the case. He'll be going towards Monster, but it's an open sight. Azza just collapses, but Jacob still fighting back strong. Can he find another? Maybe not. Mir takes him down. 3 versus 3 ensues. Very little utility for the teams, but they have picked up an incendiary. And now Nifty. That weapon is not ideal. All 3 players coming out of the CT entrance to B side.
Hobbit with 1, but JKS immediately responding to give the advantage back to Renegades. A 2 versus 1. Shot from Mir. He's got damage to the first, a kill onto the second, and now a 1 versus 1 that favors him considerably with the bomb down. And he'll steal the round back, and that's going to sting for Renegades.
Great round by Mir again. The new signing actually posting some very promising results at this point. You can see him winning that massive round earlier on. And the 2 versus 1, and he does it again here. Great shots, very calm. Nifty jumping up, hoping he can nail the AWP shot. Didn't really work out for him. 8-3, and that's a devastating reset for the Renegades. Azza's even fully invested with the CZ armor. Same story for Jacob as well. So their eco next round again, if this doesn't work out for them, which it almost certainly won't. Dosia just stays on the PC-50, interestingly enough. See if that works out for him.
Well, they know they'll be against pistols. But you could always go for the SMG and try and build cash that way. That's what Adren's elected to do. Instead, they'll say, we'll play at 4 versus 5 with the advantage, and Doji will just sit tight and be patient. He'll carry the bomb as well as a bit of utility. Rightfully so. He'll just try and run in and get the plant rather than go for the kills. Nifty. Great shot, all things considered. From range against head armor with the USP, but Adren gets the response onto him. Mir gets tracked down, and Azza will pick up an AK. And I suggest that that will be held on to. They'll take that happily into the next round.
I think you'll be right there. Mac 10 will do some damage as Dosia picks up the kill with the AK. Jacob and Azza to save onto the CZ armor and the AK armor. So I think that's definitely the right protocol here, but this half is getting a little bit out of control for the Renegades. They've put up somewhat of a fight, but you can see This ain't really their map. They've had some big advantages in the round. They keep giving up these leads. Luckily, they have a one-map buffer. We did say it's very likely this goes to 3. As Jacob will take down a Dren. We better recover the rifle, but Mo doing anything he can to protect that weapon just as the blast goes off. So they will survive with the AK, the CZ. Azza can drop his CZ, actually. They could buy this if they really wanted to. It'd be, I think at this point, probably required. You're already 9-3 down. It's a CD side of map. You've got an AK. You can afford maybe 3 rifles. I would probably say let's go for it. Like, it's a bit of a desperate time at this point. Not going to do it, though. Azza doesn't even drop his CZ for a teammate. What's that about?
Rude.
So that will be on the USP while he's just got a CZ in his back pocket and an AK.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense that he overloads. He could have easily distributed that. He's lost that AK-47, a single kill only, and Mir's here. He's got 3. 9-3 the score, and Gambit looking to extend again. They had a healthy lead in the first half on overpass, or excuse me, on Cash as well. This one seems more promising. So Dren takes out Ustilo. Seems more promising in the fact that obviously we talked about Renegade's deficiencies on this map, but also that they won the pistol and they've been pretty much in control the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. They really did get through by the skin of their teeth on Cash as well, due to the fact they won both pistols, converted the first half to a 4-0, and then the second half to a 6-0. So without those pistol starts, the Renegades really do seem to struggle here. As Renegades will be focusing towards the underpass again. Renegades are always quite tenacious of bouncing back from these huge crumbles in the first half, so said that many times about them before. Doesn't really seem to matter what the scoreline is, they can always get back into games. But on the CT side of overpass, maybe this isn't possible. 3 rounds only so far, with 2 rounds to play. Nifty, 13 HP, tagged up heavily, even more so now as the Dren finds him in the connector. Will be a kill for Renegades there as Ustilo pulls one back. Round 14. Still anyone's at this point. Still over a minute remaining. And the Dren bravely investigating towards that A-bomb site.
They've had the first pick a number of times, but Ustilo, good initiative to go all the way into the darkest corner of that peak and find a Dren. They've had the first pick, but I dare say the trade this time was better, and the reason being is that Nifty's hit the long shot quite a few times with the AWP, but they've given up bathroom connector, and as soon as he hits it, he falls off, which means they've lost map control. This time with Ustilo actually winning the connector duel, he was able to then dictate his own play by going back to the other side of the bathrooms, and they were able to at least have better information at A, which they've converted wisely. Mir will get one back on Azza. Bomb and smoke should equal plant. He's gone for the inside, though. That's a weird decision. Expecting the flank, perhaps, but no real read as to the stairs. So Renegades pick up their 4th round.
Certainly do. That's much needed as well. 10-5 still recoverable. Especially the way Gambit have looked in some of their rounds as well. T-side, though, much more promising for them this time than it was on Cash. He's still getting it done. With the M4A4 on the side, denies the plant, denies the round. Round 15 comes in now. Gambit's with 4 AKs, 1 Galil. Ustilo is feeling it now. He wants to pick towards middle with that AK. Doesn't see anything though. As he gets flashed off, it's going to be Hobbit to flash himself. Didn't really go the way he wanted.
Hobbit will work the underpass with flames. Clear corner, nade, spam it, whatever he feels necessary to feel secure. Dren checks the top of the stairs, and that certainly will allow Hobbit to feel better. Balloon boost, Hank.
The balloon boost is out and about.
They know Nifty's been playing on the flower pots.
It.
Really? I think I've seen 1 or 2. I couldn't tell you when and where and who, but I think I've seen it a couple times work, and it's not a bad intent or idea to go against Nifty, because again, he's been playing on top of the flower pot a number of times, and he has been winning that pick. That's been probably the most consistent pick that he's getting, and a number of times the first kill. Dren's going to get him through the smoke, retreating to the site. Great read, great play. They're starting to solve that now. Again, I talked about it last time. They had the first pick, but Ustilo responded to maintain map control. This time there's no one else aggressive on the A site, so Gambit can rest a little bit on their positioning, slow the pace, get ready to execute.
Is Nifty down. 20 seconds remaining though. If Jacob can find a couple of kills, he's the only player towards B. It's going to take so much from him. Flashbang's decent, but they don't capitalize on it. He gives his position up. He assumes they'll come around the corner. Gets nothing from that at all. It's actually quite disappointing in the end. Not over just yet though. The bomb hasn't been planted, and all the kills are going in favor of Renegades. They're going to rush down the bomb. It works out for them. That's going to be the round. And they do it. Renegades pull it back. It was looking like it was completely done. A 5-on-3. Finally, they capitalized on a mistake there by Gambit instead of it being the other way around.
And they desperately needed to do so. It's an improvement of 1 round over our first half in the first map, 11-4. Remember, though, that came CT side. This comes T side for Gambit, which is another reason why I'm more convinced it's still going to be a large battle for Renegades, but every round helps. Pistol would bring this potentially, I say, to 10-8. What is map 3, Hank?
Map 3 is Mirage, which is anyone's guess as to where that one goes. Both teams are very well versed on the map. I think every team is. And from what I've seen so far, no one looks exceptional. Gambit seemed like the better overall squad on T sides, but Renegades still, with 5 rounds, they win the pistol, which they have been pretty much consistently. They're right back in it. Remember, they won both pistols and cash. They lost their first one here, but we'll see what they can do now on the T side. Stacey in the middle. Mer to his left and Mo on his right. Make his way towards the B side. 2 smokes available for Renegades. Nifty with the P250. Gives them that 1-tap potential. Looks like a fast little short approach here. They won't be committing towards B, I don't think. They're just trying to make a lot of noise here. Great setup, though, from Gambit. This could be perfect. Mir can take the aggro away. Oh, God! It's all going wrong for Gambit. They check every single corner, but Dren's still here. He could probably get one more at this point. It's going to leave it down to the 2 versus 1. It's up to Dosia to try and win this one map. He's got the defuse kit, the smoke. Up against Nifty and Azza.
Having the defuse kit, though, at this point, you'd almost rather him pick it up because that would mean he has armor. He does not. Adren does what he can to recover. They still lead toward the A site. They could have easily slowed this, gone back to B, tried to dictate the rotation, or predict, I should say, the rotation of Dosia. Great shot on Azza. Bomb goes down, and Nifty's going to ensue in a duel that will not go his direction at all. Gambit win their 2nd pistol.
What a boss. Calm as you like. Towards A, they're even waiting for him. He executes both of them. Headshots aplenty, 11-5. That could be in now, but Renegades will be forcing up in the 2nd round, try and steal it back. CZ's Deagles. Have a look at the scoreboard while we're here. I haven't really done that in a while. 12 kills for Ustillo, Azza and Nifty. It's JKS still at the bottom, 6-12. Really rough period in his career. At one point was the absolute shining beacon for Renegades, but haven't seen that in quite a while. He has the occasional round each map, but in terms of his exceedingly good performances, haven't seen one in a while. Mir, 18 kills, Hobbit on 12, Mo 14 at the bottom is Dosia 9 and 10, but can't argue with the impact that particular round had. As they'll have 1 rifle here and 4 SMGs up against the upgraded pistols of Renegades.
So checking toward the construction position is Mir with the MP9. Mo throws an 8 off the wall, hoping that they were going to be a little bit closer on their advance toward A. They are certainly advancing with 4 players in that position. Hobbit's actually well suited to reverse his angle and go that direction, but not before taking out Azza. And in that time, Adren had already arrived, and arrived in style. 12-5 for Gambit.
Certainly. This map feels like it might be done map. It's going to be a Mirage finish, but maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I just don't think Renegades have been that convincing so far on this particular one. If they got the pistol, I might start believing, but Their T-sides haven't looked fantastic, and remember they just lost the coach as well, who normally called the timeout, so passionate Kassad would kind of give them a good talking to. Don't really have that to fall back on anymore.
Little Windows error for you?
Yeah, USB device disconnected or something. Or whatever happens to me right now is like every time I play a game, I get this thing coming up saying, "Oh, time to scan for antiviruses." Like, this is worse than a virus. It's coming up every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
that's a good point. I was going to go with the shower thought I saw once that it was like, I'm not sure if I have a really good antivirus because I have no viruses, or if it's a really bad antivirus because it can't find any viruses.
Like, I don't think viruses are really a thing anymore because everything, like the way we. I'm not going to get into this. It's a real tangent I was going to go down there. But
for the next technical timeout.
Yeah, maybe.
Seen some great glove matching with skins. I saw a nice yellow and green, Manti-Porsche style. This purple and red I like. Let's talk about some fashion, Henry.
Nifty's really into his fashion. I was chatting to him in Dallas. He was wearing a $700 T-shirt when I was sat next to him. And he was wearing $500 tracksuit bottoms.
Why?
I don't know. That's what kids are into these days, isn't it? It's like brands that cost loads of money.
Hobbit is into the thick of enemy territory. He still gets one back. I'll come back to that's okay.
Would you ever spend $700 on a T-shirt?
Mo goes around and finds two mirrors immediately there to strike. Bomb goes down. We've got a little bit of time to talk about it. Look, I mean, not every case, but there's an interesting thing online, and I don't think this applies to Nifty, but I was always saying sort of like the wealthy spend less on clothing than the people who want to show that they have money. Not the case with Nifty. Obviously successful in his position.
I get it. It's just
it's buying. You're being. I don't. High-end fashion shirt, T-shirt, not so much. High-end fashion, I get it. There's a reason for that price. Yeezys are a prime example of something to me that just I don't get.
No, neither do I. I guess younger people though, maybe it's something they're into. Something to collect, something limited edition, I don't know.
And there's lots of people out there that would say me sinking money into a car that has immediate depreciating value is equally as stupid, and that's fair play. Yeah, I wouldn't argue that. Whatever you're into, it's the I guess non-monetary value that you get from it that makes it more important.
Either way, back to Nifty. This time with the AWP. Can't find that first shot there. Was very close to doing so. Round 19 won't work out too well for him. This is the very beginning. 13-5. Renegades can't really afford to give this one up. They're a third stage loss bonus. Lose this, they don't really have enough to buy for the next one unless the bomb goes down. They'll be 14-5 down. So Dosi up, UMP in hand. Nifty without a helmet actually makes that very powerful. Looks like they'll go for a B execution eventually. That's what the bomb is right now, hiding by the Monster Tunnel. Flashbang comes off the little lamppost there. Azza and Co to clear out the close range angles. They'll fall back towards B, showing presence towards middle. If they go back, this will just be an execution coming in. Won't be anything too flashy. Smoke towards the site, towards heaven. Nifty trying to find some picks here, but he's in the open. Surely going to get punished at this stage. Don't know how he's still alive, but JKS taking heads as he gets two on the entry. Mir to hold them off. He's been very good so far. Continues that form. A double kill for him as well. Bombs down. Hobbit rotates in. And yeah, this round's over. Nifty can't do anything about this one, I'm afraid. 15 seconds with the AWP. Needs to make something incredibly impressive happen at this point. He'll just have to fall back, I think, and save the weapon. It's not looking too good.
No, had to do so, and smartly does. They don't peek. Gambit, they stay disciplined. So first gun goes the way of Gambit as well. Much as we had in the first half as well. Are they going to get so far as to find him? He was poised and ready for Hobbit to peek. I think part of it is the consumability factor of it, too.
Sure. What do you mean, specifically?
Back to the previous conversation.
Okay.
Just the fact that, you know, fashion is very consumable.
Elaborate.
Well, if you're going to spend that money, so for example, I'll use my example, the car. Unless I put it into a wall, it's not going to just suddenly dissolve. Whereas a T-shirt, you wear it, eventually it's going to wear out. Sneakers, you wear it, eventually they're going to wear out.
Yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, it's...
I'd say the same on tires, though, for me. Tires and brake pads, they go through like crazy, but...
Sure, I get it. I don't know. Like, I don't spend a lot of money on clothes, really. I think you can look stylish without having to pay for big brands, but whatever. Thrift
shop, what up? Anyway, we don't need to go any further on that. It was just it was on my mind.
Yeah, well, we talked about Heelys in depth yesterday. So now today is high fashion and
I get that fashion is an identity. Trust me, I totally get that. I'm all for it.
Renegades of the saved orb. The upgraded pistol. 2 SMGs and a Galil. It's far from ideal. We'll see if it works out for them as they bring out the CZs. Got the utility here, but Gambit just feels like they're about to close this one down. And I did say coming into this one, third map, very, very likely indeed. At this point, Mirage almost a lock-in. We will see. First couple of kills coming in. Gambit making mincemeat of Renegades so far. Mo still in position. Well, that grenade could finish off Ustillo. Not quite. And they'll fall back with the man advantage here.
That's the shot on Mo. Doja with the strike back on to JKS. Still an even round. Ustillo on 11 HP. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's the AWP, so we can find an angle to make that work. Doja will try and do the same despite having just the M4, but he'll position himself on such an angle that only a small portion of his body, of the target, is available to fire at. He since thought better of it. Is that timing off? It certainly is. Door opened and Ustillo already lined up for that position. Gets the shot. He did do decent damage onto Azza. In fact, that may have come from Ustillo's shot. It's one or the other. Look at the patience from Mir. Waits on the site. They walk in. Time was not in their favor, and it was all too easy to collect the final kills and find map point for Gambit.
Map points achieved. Gambit 15, Renegades 5. After that epic slugfest on Cash, we thought this one could be close as well, but unfortunately, I think like Renegades might just be thinking about the third map right now. I probably would be if I'm Nifty, the in-game leader. Your players aren't really showing up. JKS, another quiet performance from him. Round 21 should be it. They've got Galils, CZs, UMP, a couple of AKs, but almost no utility. Might just be rushing B at this point. As they go through the smoke and the utility, there's going to be so much waiting for them on the other side. And Dosia with the double frag through the smoke. Didn't even see anyone there. Great stuff by him. That should be the game. But Nifty with the CZ, you never know. That's going to be it. Back in position, Matt. We're going on camera.
Back in position.
It's quicker than we thought.
Assume your battle stations. Or in the words of Claudio, man your own jackhammer. I can't remember the lyrics.
Are you going to quote something?
Yeah,
Make sure
probably get the quote right. Yeah. So Azza just waiting at this point for whatever it's worth. And it's not worth much. Doja finds him, sorts the issue, and takes care of business. Relatively quick. We did have the technical delay, but relatively quick second map, so we can get immediately onto Mirage. But Gambit, remember, at 11-4, will still be kicking themselves for having not made this a 2-0.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was their map, I think, on Cash especially. They won 11-4 in the first half. Lost the pistol, just couldn't get into it. Quadruple overtime should have been theirs, but Renegades will let overpass slip by. I think that's to be expected. Most of the analysts thought that as well. So there we go. 1-1. We go to Mirage next. We might have a bit of an extended break here, I'm not sure, but about 10 minutes while we get ready for the analysts to come back and break that one down. Unfortunately, I feel like that's a pretty open shot case, though. Like, it was just Renegades just looking out of their depth. They had a few massive rounds where they had huge advantages they threw away. That 4-on-2 comes to mind. Fair play to Mer, though, on his debut, really, with his team, looking incredibly good.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
Very solid, and not just hitting shot, like the accuracy on that particular round, the one you mentioned, the 4 versus 2, was phenomenal, but also on the CT side was very smart. Didn't overcommit to any peaks, played his position well, held angles, and absolutely made do. We'll make do with 2, and we'll get to map 3. We'll send it back over the desk in the meantime.